film begins with a stranger sneaking into a warehouse by the port. At that time, before he could find what he was searching for, soldiers from the west, led by a woman named Shoyu, surrounded him. Out of nowhere, a large hand, looking like a monster's, grabbed the intruder and quickly ended his life. However, the intruder dropping his torch caused a big fire to break out. Shoyu and her soldiers tried to put out the fire, but then a person who seemed like a monster broke free from his cage and attacked the soldiers. After that, he escaped by jumping into the sea. Long story short, a man named Huji managed to escape and hide in a place called Huji. In the morning, another man named Chun Tao was taking care of some horses. When he saw Huji sleeping in the stable, he got scared and tried to run away because he thought Huji looked like a ghost. Suddenly, a rope flew out and tangled Huji, and then Huang Feihong appeared. Chun Tao was actually one of Feihong's best students. Feihong easily managed to stop Huji. Meanwhile, Shoyu is warned by her boss, Hund, to find some prisoners who were used for experiments. Her boss reminded her of the favor he did for Shoyu's mother. Later, Shoyu comes out of her boss's room, which turns out to be a lab where many Chinese people are being experimented on. At that time, Feihong is seen trying to treat Huji, but the poison in his body is very strong, making it hard to treat him. There, Chun Tao reminds Feihong to pick up someone named 13th Aunt, so Feihong rushes to the port to get her. Next, the scene shifts to a port, where Shoyu and her soldiers are searching for Huji. While Shoyu is resting, a senior student from a kung fu school named Zheng hands her a flyer inviting new students. Shoyu promptly throws it away, which irritates Zheng and causes a stir. Amidst the chaos, one of Feihong's students named Li Yongquan appears. Ignoring warnings, Zheng attacks Li Yongquan and Shoyu. However, Li Yongquan and Shoyu easily defeat him. Suddenly, another person arrives and paralyzes Li Yongquan. Just then, Feihong arrives and helps Li Yongquan. Feihong and the attacker, Wu Zennun, introduce themselves. Wu Zennun is a teacher from a kung fu school up north. They clear up the misunderstanding, and Wu invites Feihong to his school's opening ceremony, which Feihong eagerly accepts. After Wu leaves, Shoyu takes Feihong's course without him noticing, and her necklace falls, which Li Yongquan finds. Meanwhile, Shoyu realizes her necklace is missing while she's in the laboratory. Next, the scene shifts to Feihong, who has arrived to pick up Aunt 13 and finds a crowd gathered. As he approaches, he sees Aunt 13 helping someone who's injured. When she spots Feihong, Aunt 13 kisses him on the cheek, which is a Western way of greeting she picked up while abroad. Feihong is overjoyed because he's always loved Aunt 13. Meanwhile, Chun Tao is exhausted from replacing the horse stolen by Shoyu and has to take a break on the road. As Feihong steps out of his cart, he notices a crowd gathered in front of a hospital where the head, Su Min, is being introduced. Su Min turns out to be Shoyu's boss. At that time, he promises free treatment for people addicted to drugs. It's important to note that in ancient times, Westerners used drugs like opium as a strategy against China, leading to many Chinese people becoming addicted. Feihong was at home treating Huji when Aunt 13 saw him still using fire to remove poison. She gave him wine because she studied medicine in the West and thinks modern treatments are better. This caused an argument between them, making Chun Tao feel dizzy. Later, they were all invited to eat together. Meanwhile, doctors at Suning Hospital are still testing drugs, and many Chinese patients are being experimented on, leading to deaths. The next day, Aunt 13 tries to teach Li Yongquan, Wang, and Chun Tao English, but they don't understand. Finally, Feihong calls them to practice kung fu and invites Aunt 13 to join. However, Aunt 13 didn't want to join because she learned swordsmanship in the West. Soon after, Feihong asked her to demonstrate, but her move was easily countered by Feihong. Finally, Feihong taught them basic kung fu for self-defense against attackers from behind. He asked Wang to demonstrate by punching, kicking, and blocking. Then Aunt 13 tried it, causing Li Yongquan some pain. Meanwhile, Shoyu, still unable to find Huji, received a warning from Su Min to bring more patients for experiments. On the other hand, Aunt 13 applied for a job at the hospital since she was a surgeon who studied in Newcastle. Upon seeing her resume, Su Ming immediately accepted her. After leaving Su Ming's room, Aunt 13 met Shou Yu and asked to check Hu Ji's illness in the laboratory. Shou Yu learned from Aunt 13 that Hu Ji was now at Fei Hong College. When they returned home, Aunt 13 brought equipment from the hospital to cure Hu Ji. Fei Hong cautioned Aunt 13 to be careful because Hu Ji's life could be at risk. On the other hand, Shou Yu reported to Su Ming that Hu Ji was at Fei Hong College and planned to kill him that night. However, Su Ming forbade it because Fei Hong was highly respected. He asked Shou Yu to find a subtle way to kill Hu Ji. The next day, Master Wu opened his kung fu school, attended by many, including Shou Yu and Aunt 13. Some people didn't like the Northern Lion dance and left, but Fei Hong's lion dance brought them back. Fei Hong emerged from the lion dance to congratulate Master Wu, who was grateful to him. On the other hand, Li Yongquan approached Shou Yu and showed her necklace he found at the port. He said he always wore it while sleeping. Shou Yu got angry and slapped Li Yongquan when she heard this. Then Zhang and his friends saw them and attacked Li Yongquan. But there, Li Yongquan easily beat them, but Master Wu arrived and helped Zhang. When Master Wu was going to attack Li Yongquan, Fei Hong stepped in. This made Master Wu angry, and he challenged Fei Hong to a lion dance battle. In the end, the battle ended in a tie, but everyone praised Fei Hong because they saw his shoe marks on Master Wu's chest. Shortly after, Zhang provoked Master Wu again, and Master Wu got mad and started causing trouble with Li Yongquan. There, Fei Hong told Li Yongquan to apologize, but Li Yongquan refused because he was innocent. Soon after, Fei Hong intervened, and finally Li Yongquan apologized to Master Wu before leaving. The next day, Li Yongquan is upset because Fei Hong slapped him. But then, surprisingly, Fei Hong sits next to him and says sorry. He explains that he did it to keep unity in Chinese Kung Fu. Meanwhile, Shou Yu is thinking about Li Yongquan. Meanwhile, her colleague, the 13th aunt, notices this and tries to tease her about it. Later, the 13th aunt finds something suspicious in a blood sample taken from Hu Ji. She discovers drug-like substances, even more dangerous than regular drugs. She realizes it's a synthetic drug, much more harmful. Knowing some Western medicine, she asks Shou Yu to help find a cure for it. One evening, the 13th aunt hurried home and secretly gave a shot to Hu Ji before rushing off to dinner with Chun Tao. While they were eating, Fei Hong asked the 13th aunt about her plans for the next day, which happened to be her birthday. The 13th aunt said she was busy, but Wang and Li Yongquan insisted on celebrating her birthday. Eventually, Fei Hong suggested they all go to a restaurant near the hospital, and the 13th aunt happily agreed. Suddenly, they heard Hu Ji screaming, and they rushed to see what happened. It turned out that Hu Ji had transformed into a monster again. Fei Hong quickly treated him and managed to remove the poison from his body, but sadly, the poison had left him permanently insane. The 13th aunt felt guilty for injecting Hu Ji, but Fei Hong reassured her that it was necessary to remove the poison. Meanwhile, Su Ming was busy with his experiments, which were becoming successful. The drug he created made a test subject incredibly strong, even killing a doctor before Su Ming stopped it. The next day, Wang gave Fei Hong some cakes from a Western restaurant to give to the 13th aunt as a gift. At another place, 13th aunt went to the restaurant and waited for Fei Hong. But on the way, Fei Hong saw a kidnapping and tried to stop it. He managed to defeat the kidnappers, but then they drank some medicine and became even stronger. However, Fei Hong still beat them easily and stopped the kidnapping. Fei Hong then took the bottle of medicine the kidnappers used and went to tell the authorities. When he got there, he explained what happened. Fei Hong thought maybe people from the West were involved. Suddenly, Su Ming showed up, and the security boss changed the subject and introduced Su Ming to Fei Hong. The security boss told Fei Hong to go home and took his cake confidently. But Fei Hong insisted on asking the security boss to look into the matter. The security boss wanted proof of what Fei Hong said, so Fei Hong left, promising to bring proof. After Fei Hong left, the security boss talked more with Su Ming. It turns out Su-min was trying to get permission to sell drugs by bribing the security boss. The security boss was happy and invited Su-min to eat Fei Hong's cake, which had "I love you" written on it. Somewhere else, Fei Hong arrived at the restaurant, only to find out that his 13th aunt had left because she got tired of waiting for him. Then, Su-min telling Shou-yu to kill Fei Hong, which is Shou-yu's last job. At that time, Shou-yu, with a heavy heart, reluctantly agreed. Su-min also ordered Hun to approach the northern school because he heard they had a grudge against Fei Hong. Meanwhile, Zheng felt upset because many people disrespect the northern school and always praise Fei Hong's school. At the same time, Hun approached Zheng and invited him to work together, but Zheng's student reminded him that their teacher didn't want them to associate with people from the West. Zheng refused Hun's offer, but Hun convinced them that if they joined forces, their school would become the best, and they could start enjoying life right away. Eventually, Zheng and his student were swayed by Hun's persuasion. In the evening, Fei Hong apologized to 13th Aunt for what happened earlier that day. But 13th Aunt still wasn't ready to forgive him. Then Liang Quan, Wang, and Chun Tao, who had been watching, suggested that Fei Hong give 13th Aunt some fresh flowers. Wang even pretended that Fei Hong had given him the flowers. This made 13th Aunt happy, and she wanted to open the door. However, when she saw that Fei Hong had only given her sunflowers from the yard, along with the pot they were in, she became very angry and left. At that time, Fei Hong was annoyed with his students for their prank. Suddenly, Hu Ji screamed, and Fei Hong hurried to check, instructing his students to search for 13th Aunt. On their way, they encountered intruders, but they were easily overcome. Then Zheng appeared and drank some medicine he received from Hun, which made him very strong. Fei Hong and his students were confused about this medicine. Suddenly, Zheng attacked them, overpowering them with his newfound strength. Finally, they decided to attack together, and with a decisive move from Wang, they defeated Zheng. Zheng and his companions fled immediately. Somewhere else, 13th Aunt is upset. Suddenly, someone approaches him. Using a move taught by Fei Hong, 13th Aunt manages to take down the intruder. Meanwhile, Master Wu is furious because Zheng claimed that Fei Hong had defeated him and his student and insulted Master Wu by calling him a loser. Despite his student's desire for revenge, Master Wu refuses because his school is still weak. However, Zheng tricks Master Wu by mixing the medicine from Hun into his tea. After drinking the tea, Master Wu becomes emotional and goes to confront Fei Hong. When he finds Fei Hong, he demands a fight. Fei Hong, in a hurry, tries to avoid the confrontation, but Master Wu persists and attacks him, forcing a fight. In the end, because Master Wu is strong and able to resist Fei Hong's attacks, Fei Hong is defeated. Master Wu leaves feeling proud of his victory over Fei Hong. Soon after Shou-yu arrived, intending to kill the injured Fei Hong. Hu Ji tried to stop her, but Hun, who also appeared, shot Hu Ji. Underestimating Hun, Shou-yu shot Fei Hong until he was on the brink of death. When Fei Hong's students heard the gunshots, they rushed to the scene, causing Shou-yu to flee. In the midst of panic, they quickly took Fei Hong for medical treatment. Despite their sadness, 13th Aunt calmed them down and prepared to perform surgery to remove the bullet from Fei Hong's body. Meanwhile, Master Wu suddenly felt pain all over his body. Zheng offered him tea mixed with medicine, which relieved his pain. At that time, Master Wu realized Zheng had added something to his tea. Eventually, Zheng confessed to adding Western medicine, which was actually a drug that had been developed earlier and was now being distributed. Master Wu was furious with Zheng and wanted to punish him. However, Zheng and all of Master Wu's students seemed addicted because they had also taken the drug. This made them all under the control of Su-min. Meanwhile, 13th Aunt successfully removed the bullet from Fei Hong's body, luckily avoiding his heart. Elsewhere, Shou-yu falsely reports Fei Hong's death, but learns the harsh truth that her own mother died due to Su-min's experiments. Enraged, she tries to attack Su-min, but Su-min shoots her first. Meanwhile, Fei Hong develops a high fever after the surgery, and 13th Aunt tends to him. When she realizes she needs medicine, she heads to the hospital. While she's away, Shou-yu arrives, soaking wet. At the same time, Chun-to becomes upset hearing Shou-yu's story, but Lee Young-kwon comforts him. Shou-yu asks for 13th Aunt's whereabouts, and they inform her that 13th Aunt is at the hospital. Shou-yu warns them that 13th Aunt is in danger, prompting them to rush to the hospital. Shou-yu warned them that Su-min had likely set up defenses and was closely guarding the area. Despite her warning, the three of them insisted on going and asked Shou-yu to stay with Fei Hong. Meanwhile, 13th Aunt, searching for medicine for Fei Hong, discovered a secret passage. Inside, she found a stash of refined drugs ready for distribution. Suddenly, Su-min appeared behind her, pointing a gun. At hospital, Lee Young-kwon and Wang arrived at the hospital with Chun-to, who was pretending to be ill as their cover to gain entry. They managed to get inside when a guard noticed Chun-to, thinking he could be used for experiments. Once inside, they were attacked by a masked assailant and soon found themselves surrounded by a group of people. At that time, they had to fight off their attackers to defend themselves. As their opponents outnumbered them, they were eventually overwhelmed and soldiers from the west arrived, forcing them to surrender. Suddenly, Fei Hong appeared and swiftly defeated everyone with his shadowless kick technique. Shou-yu arrived with information about their location, prompting them to act. They split up to rescue 13th Aunt and destroy the dangerous drugs. Meanwhile, Shou-yu's group encountered students from the northern school who had become slaves. Despite the odds, they easily defeated these students. On the other hand, Fei Hong, who had infiltrated the detention area, discovered innocent Chinese people held there for experiments. He spotted 13th Aunt and rushed to save her, but Master Wu attacked him. Despite his injuries, Fei Hong fought back against Master Wu. In another place, Shou-yu and her group planned to destroy the drugs, but Hund and Zheng blocked them. Without hesitation, Hund and Zheng injected themselves with the illegal drugs. Zheng then attacked the group, and they struggled to fight back against his newfound strength until they finally managed to defeat him. On the other hand, Hund was furious with Zheng for causing damage to the drugs during their fight. In a fit of rage, Zheng struck Hund on the head, killing him instantly. Zheng then injected himself with more of the drug. Meanwhile, Fei Hong found himself trapped and in pain, taunted by Master Wu about his wound. Despite being struck by Fei Hong's chain, Master Wu managed to stand up. Elsewhere, Shou-yu and her companions worked together to try to incapacitate Zheng, resulting in Zheng sustaining serious injuries. Unfortunately, Zheng couldn't control his feelings and injected himself with the illegal drug again, overdosing this time. After Zheng passed away, the group destroyed all the remaining drugs. Meanwhile, Fei Hong was paralyzed by Master Wu, leaving him unable to move. Everyone worked together to stop Master Wu from harming Fei Hong further. When Fei Hong saw a young child urging him to stand up, he found his strength returning. He used a shadowless kick to defeat Master Wu. Suddenly, Su-min appeared, holding 13th Aunt hostage and shooting Fei Hong in the leg. Despite his injuries, Fei Hong fought back. However, Su-min fired his gun, but Master Wu intervened, sacrificing himself to save Fei Hong. In his final moments, Master Wu apologized to Fei Hong and urged him to eradicate the evil influence of the Westerners. On the other side, Shou-yu and the others arrived. Fei Hong quickly instructed them to hide. Slowly, Fei Hong emerged and signaled OK to 13th Aunt, a gesture they had agreed upon to execute Fei Hong's moves. Su-min misinterpreted this as Fei Hong surrendering. However, 13th Aunt seized the opportunity and attacked Su-min, ultimately leading to his demise. Fei Hong also joined in the attack, resulting in Su-min's death from exposure to his own medicine. Fei Hong, weakened by his injuries, managed to free all the prisoners with the help of his disciples. Everyone expressed their gratitude to Fei Hong. The film concludes with Shou-yu being appointed as Fei Hong's student, followed by a grand group photo. The film ends. The moral lesson from this film is if you ever find yourself in a sticky situation, just give the OK sign and watch your enemies get confused enough to defeat themselves. And hey, always double check your homemade potions before you use them, or you might end up like Su-min.